More RavenCourt, Tomb of the Spider Queen. This time we're going for another duel. Gryffindor against Slytherin. I know, technically Slytherin isn't red, but it's the more iconic duel, so yeah. But let's see who is going to take it here. Now, once again, obviously the bot is doing his best to get some fair lobbies together, and it is doing a remarkable job lately, I have to say. Now we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. I always find it kind of amusing how well distributed the maps are in the games that I'm casting, because we very rarely get to see a map more than once. I think I've seen through the evening maybe a map twice, but that's about it. So very different from when we're going into just a lot of best of 3 matches or what else. So Tomb of the Spider Queen as our map now for this particular match. Get a quick ban on Maiev. Ultralisk is on the other side, so when you're up against him you always have to really think about, well, which is the hero that I don't want him to play. Could be a Kerrigan ban too, so that's another one. But yeah, it will be interesting what Ultralisk can pull off here. Still leading the rankings, still leading the leaderboard, which you can check out. There is a link in the description that you can have a look at if you're interested to see how the leaderboard currently looks, who's having a pretty good run there. And also, obviously, there is a match history. There are statistics about the heroes that are getting played here, so it gives you a bit of an idea about the RavenCourt. There's also a link to the crowdfunding for the end of season tournament, which is what all of this funnels into. So we're really just looking for the players to get some exposure, show off their skills a little bit, so that when the captain's draft starts, they can draw from a player pool that they are familiar with. Hogger gets banned. And so does Jojo, so with Johanna obviously you get the added wave clear that they are trying to eliminate now. And that gives us first pick for the blue team. Blaze coming in for Cure, playing side lane here again. Yeah. And we're looking at the red team. Kinda curious what the early picks are going to be for them now. Especially with Ultralisk on the team. Does he need an early pick? Most likely not, so we're probably going to get him later during the draft. Forcing a few more hands. Yeah, it's Rhaegar and Leoric. They have their side lane locked into. Ultralisk is probably going to pick last, considering how things normally go with them here. But the damage healers are going to be interesting. Vala obviously always an option. You can go for a couple of mages. Hanzo is still open if you're trying to go for some sniper builds. Chromie can be really strong here too. Junkrat hasn't been banned either. So plenty of choices to go around when you're looking for some damage. And there's Chromie for Nanu. We get Anduin. You could of course also play Genji, which is still an option for the blue team, but I mean, the red team can take it too. For the blue team, it is a little bit more dangerous now that they have Anduin because of the light bomb engage with the stun and then Chromie potentially following up on that. Sergeant Hammer gets banned. Funnily enough, by the team that plays against Ultralisk. Usually it's the other way around. Yeah, that leaves us with the final ban for this map. So, which hero can now say bye-bye on this one? Against Ultralisk, I mean, again, I would still consider Kerrigan. But you cannot completely ban him out, so it's obviously the case. Gotta pick one there. And they are actually getting rid of Genji instead. Which is a fair choice. If they had no plans of getting Genji for themselves to combo him off with Anduin, then that's definitely a decent one. They probably need someone with a bit more reliable wave clear. Sylvanas gets locked in quickly. We get Diablo. So Diablo, Leoric for the front line. Quite strong there too. Now obviously this isn't Meta Madness rules or anything along those lines. There's no pre-bans here, therefore we have still plenty of main tanks to go around that you can play with. They're not going to fall short on them in any way, shape or form. Madara and Cure are playing together, so we got the two NA boys on one side. And that leaves play with the main tank, I guess. Yep. It is Muradin and Madara with Hanzo. Chromie obviously played by Nano, so they can still swap this around, but I think they're going to stick with it the way that it is. That leaves us with Ultralisk as expected as the last pick, and the question was always Kerrigan or no Kerrigan. So we got to figure out if he wants to play her now, or if we're going to get instead a different pick from him. It is Li Ming. Resets is what he's looking for. Okay. Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Let's go. the map between Gryffindor and Slytherin. Let's see who takes victory on Tomb. Always a good map, always a fight-heavy map. I like it, so without further ado, let's jump straight in. The game is on! Cure on Blaze for the blue team, Play on Myrden, Nano is playing Hanzo, we have Madara on Chromie, and Silicium on Anduin. As on the right side of the map in red, Ultralisk is playing Liming. We got Gamer Boy on Rhaegar, Johan on Leoric. He's been playing side lane a lot. They need more side laners apparently. Q has obviously also switched into that role in most of the games that he plays. As I explained previously, the bot respects those roles as much as it can when it puts these lobby together, but some of the players have intentionally started to shift since that role is just needed a bit more. Lopak on Sylvanas and Uki is playing Diablo, and that leads us straight into the hits here. So, here we go. We got on level 1 the Time Walker's Pursuit, and we got the Lightwell for Anduin, Austin's Renewal for Leoric. Meantime, Ether Walk from Liming. Obviously going to try and get the power through here. I actually am now somehow reminded, this was one of the big Liming maps when she initially came out, and you had S of Johan still as a tool. I still remember how she absolutely destroyed targets, roughly the same that Sylvanas got now destroyed. So yeah, that's it. Down here we have a very quick hit coming in against Sylvanas, and that's the first blood in favor of Gryffindor. 10 points right there. Taking Sylvanas out gives some plus, gives some extra points. But at the top, while the bot lane is getting attacked, Ultralisk is getting some pretty sweet hits in against the tower and can potentially take that one out. Madara is very much alone in this battle. Play is now arriving to help him out, but Diablo is already securing the flank, and therefore they can't jump onto Liming anytime soon. We have, in addition to that, Myrden also with a bit more self-sustain, going for the third wind here. So trying to make his play in that situation by just utilizing that as a tool. In addition, Nano also a bit low down here at the bottom of the map. So initially it was the problem that Sylvanas died and got caught, but they're currently doing a pretty decent job getting back into this with their rotation and the structural damage that they're executing. So at the top, again, busy attempting to go for that tower and burning the first one down. And if you open these walls up without the help of the objective, then your first web weaver wave is, of course, at least in theory, going to hit so much harder. So that's the game plan right here, as it seems. Also trying to turn in, but didn't really work out just yet. So yeah, they were caught there. Camps are being taken on both sides. The blue team is a little bit faster, so they're able to get their own camp pretty quickly. We're now looking at Leo coming in with a big swing. They gotta be a bit faster on this one. With Sylvanas, it shouldn't really be an issue deep pushing that mid lane, but you want technically to stop it before it starts taking those towers down. So yeah, they're working on it, as you can see. Blaze is now turning in, so it's the blue team that delivers the first few gems and gets those connected. But here they're limiting the damage that can be done by the boys in blue. So yeah, for now all good. And maybe even a little bit more. Getting Myrden into the range of the towers was nice. Now a quick swing and drain. And that could result in a kill, and it does! Nice! Myrden is dead, and now they can push. And with Sylvanas, they might be a bit more successful. Then, well, for now they actually have to deal with Blaze. Get Q into a nice corner, but talking about corners, Uki has to be careful, and isn't quite. Gets crushed and murdered, and sucked back in, so bye-bye Diablo. Diablo lately doesn't have an easy time, does he now? Gets pretty much ignored in his own sequel. Diablo 4 doesn't really showcase him a lot. The show gets stolen by Lilith, and now here in the game, and the last one that we casted, he gets just kicked around all day long. Jesus. Yeah, not looking good. So, Madara with a turn-in, 34 stacks now on of the 50. Another single gem turn-in by the red team, not one. So they're still holding on to them, getting a little bit greedy over here. Don't want to let them go. Maybe they can snap. They can't even sneak somebody down to the bottom of the map and try and pull it off there. Actually, as I say that, Gamer Boy is delivering 20, and as he's playing Rhaegar, that's exactly what they need to do. So, yeah. Already taken down. 29 against 42, still a bit of poke. Anduin riding on a yellow snowflake. Just a little bit of life advice, guys. Never lick yellow snow. Not a good idea. Not really a good idea. So don't eat yellow snow, don't lick it, and also don't ride on it. So that Anduin is riding around on a frozen piece of pea, I understand. I mean, again, but it's Anduin. So, yeah. But, yeah. Don't do that. Thank me later. Alright, either way. Hits are coming. First objective is in. Blue team was able to deliver. They were at 42. They didn't really have a whole lot. They did a great job, honestly, controlling the turning points. And that is also a very well-deserved one. We're having Chromie trying to tee up a kill. And particularly Leo has to be super careful since he's sitting at 20 gems. They would likely be able to still record them. Nice move away by Li Ming as Nano was trying to Hanzo her. But yep, that was decent. The defense is so far okay. They have Li Ming up at the top, Leo is still in the middle, and again, Leo in particular has to be careful if he's caught on the solo lane, simply because he has so many gems that they just cannot lose. So they gotta be a bit cautious, but that also means that they're gonna lose more in the middle. Down to the bottom of the map, the wall has more or less been destroyed. Sylvanas is going to shut this down before more happens to the fort. Up at the top, a similar picture, and in the middle of the map, the fort did take some damage. Nothing of note, nothing of consequence, but yeah. So the walls got opened up, no forts taken, both teams closing in on level 10. More importantly, no gems really lost for the red team. That was kind of important. As long as they can turn in, they're going to be fine here. And that means that they have to also space out a bit. Both teams now on level 10. So far, no surprises when it comes to heroics. Yeah, another jump. Madara, low. The arrow connecting from Hanzo. They nearly got a kill there on Chromie. Diablo pops his own ult to dodge out on the temporal loop. And nearly gets a kill on Madara as well. But Chromie waddles away in the last second outside of the range of the barbecue. Didn't have an effect here. Another quick jump. And Mirrodin, the dwarf. It's hammer time! Another stun, another hit! Nice! The Ancestral is there immediately. Gamer Boy, willing to sacrifice his own life for the team, but didn't have to, is still in play. Everybody is dropping a bit low over here, but they're all escaping. Look at Johan with less than 200 hit points for a while as they're all tapping the fountain. But the turn-in still hasn't happened. They have 74 gems in their hands, and that is quite a lot. So the whole idea here is to really just get that turn-in finally, that they can build some momentum and maybe take down a few forts. That has to be the play. 16,000 damage from Ultralisk on Li Ming. We got 22,000 from Nano on Hanzo. That doesn't get caught yet. Blaze is down at the bottom of the map and claims it. So yes, Cure, good job paying attention to the macro in this. Whereas in the middle of the map, they're again trying to get access to the turning point. So Hanzo is coming along here. They're trying to bait him a little bit. Not able to get the interrupt. So that's 14 gems turned in. Ooh, Ultralisk. Yeah, he really wanted to kill here. Couldn't get it, but got closer. And now Ultralisk himself with the 32 gems can maybe turn in. Yes, the arrows don't do anything for them. And that is a Web Weaver wave. Nicely done. Opening up the top wall before that's even a thing. Bit of a barbecue play down here too. Not sure what the light bomb was supposed to do there in that situation. But yep, Anduin about to die. And Ultralisk showing no mercy. Oh, goes for the double. Ultralisk with the ultra damage. Down to the bottom of the map. Trying to go for Leo, but Blaze might now also be in trouble. Ultralisk can stop, won't stop, goes for another kill, takes Hanzo down, and they're absolutely shitting on them. With the exception of the bot lane, but yeah, that fort is gone here in the middle. Look at Ultralisk in those plays. I mean, he goes deep for the first one, is able to get Anduin, and then he just follows up with a Chromie kill. That was absolutely amazing. Great job by him. One fort down, another one up at the top, as you can see, will follow soon. And down at the bottom of the map, they're going for number 3. Think about how impactful that turn-in was. That turn-in, thanks to the kills that they got right afterwards, was insane. Was absolutely incredible. They got 3 forts out of this. I mean, they destroyed every single fort as a result. Now they have Sylvanas. That of course helps. They got the kills, which helped a lot too, but still, that was just so on point. So yeah, great job by them that they did there. And they're even trying to get more done down at the bottom of the map. A little bit too aggressive, I would say. So yeah, red team is falling back. They could turn in again. Seems like the blue team wants to fight this though. Yeah, blue team comes in. Arrow! Oh, dodged. Nice. Very nicely done. Ancestral is out. The barbecue is still playing out, but Uki gets targeted again, and I think he might just be shit out of luck here. He goes down. Diablo gets killed. Unfortunate. Yeah, died 2 times already. 27,000 for Li Ming, 28,000 for Hanzo. But given the fact that the kill was so impactful, we're taking another look at it. I mean, just look at Ultralisk outplaying too. And keep in mind, he actually got another kill shortly after. So after he got that double kill, he was also able to take down Hanzo. So that's another one. He killed 3 heroes. That was absolutely crucial for them getting so much work done with those turn-ins. And now they're doing it again. They have the red Vivius descending. They're going for gold once more. Nice pull by Anduin. The pull-out king again saving Hanzo. But Blaze is dead and so is Chromie. Ultralisk is looking for more resets here. Now they're going for Muradin and he barely makes it out of that fight. Yeah, then again, Leo is gone, so he can obviously scout now, and he should be back in time to have an impact in this push. Half a level away from 16, that doesn't make things any easier for Team Gryffindor, for the Blues. Up at the top, they already have to defend against the Web Weaver wave, and I guess they're sacrificing the keep at the bottom. There's just absolutely no chance any longer to save this, so 1 keep is gone. And the amount of pressure that we had in the last 4 minutes from the red team is just incredible. Particularly the danger from Ultralisk getting these resets and blowing them to Kingdom Come is just nuts. He has Mirror Ball now. We have him, of course, with the Illusionist. Leo's going full Drain build at this point. And they have 32 gems in their hands that they could now use, with Ultralisk going straight up for the next camp over here and yeah, trying to get some work done against those Siege Giants. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. It's very, very impressive. 16 is finally available for both teams. That gives us also the Glyph of Faith. And now we have over on the right side another camp claim to go for their Bruiser camp and can maybe even prevent that turn-in from happening, because that's the goal here. Just shut down the blue team before they can get anything done in this situation. And well, there we go. Not quite. Alright, so they are going over towards the boss. And when it comes to mage power, I gotta give Ultralisk some credit here. I mean, honestly, if Malfoy was anywhere near the skill level that we're seeing from Li Ming and Ultralisk here, Slytherin would have absolutely obliterated those nasty Gryffindors with ease. But yep. Skills to pay the bills, baby. Ultralisk looking for a few more combos. Get those resets, baby. Bunker up by Blaze prevents it from now, but he's aiming for a different angle and hopes to get to Anduin. As you can already tell, hasn't worked thus far, but they are controlling the turning point. That's all this was about. Light Bomb engaged. They go for the doggy. Nice. Rega about to get wrecked, but makes it out of the fight. And now Ultralisk is coming in again and looking for that combo together with Lopaka, who's also chipping in some additional damage. 38,000 damage for Li Ming, 49,000 for Hanzo. Poke, poke, poke is all that Nano knows here. And he's going for one hit after another. Oh, the stun and the combo. Hi Nano, bye Nano. Hanzo, goodbye, and Muradin, he follows. It's another double kill, and Ultralisk is on the hunt. Hunting them down one after another. He wants Madara, and this time Chromie gets away. Or does she? They're trying to go for Anduin now. It seems like another keep is going to get destroyed. Madara is gone. Ultralisk jumps in and pops them like pimples, one after another. It's Heroes of the Storm Whack-A-Mole that we're getting from him. And of course, now the core is the next one to take. Off we go. Brutal display here. Really nicely done, especially in the second half. The red team went through them like hot butter through cheese, just blowing them out of the water and melting their heroes away. Ultulis with big hits once again, and a well-deserved victory therefore on Tomb of the Spider Queen for the red team. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. More RavenCourt! Burger versus pizza! Let's go! On the left, in blue, we got the Burger Boys. Starzerk here on Garden of Terror. On Varian, we get Gavlo on Genji, Moldog on Blaze, and this is the reason why I'm actually casting this one in particular. Lopaka on Abathar. We finally get an Abathar game again. And we got Ayet on Rega. On the right side of the map, the Pizza Boys with Nox on Lucio, Bouncy Bear on Sonya, Arion on Maiev, Ion on Diablo, and Lolom on Hanzo. Now once again, this is of course the RavenCourt season that still continues here, and as already explained multiple times, this is an in-house league where a bot determines or sets up the matches, tries to create even lobbies, and all of these games are going to funnel directly into a tournament. So we're going to have a captain's draft very soon where the captains are drafting from the player pool, from all the players that are qualifying here. So in order to qualify for that player pool, players have to have a certain amount of wins in the RavenCourt, which of course necessitates that they're also participating a certain amount of time. And all of that is just designed to give the captains a bit of an idea of how it is to play with certain people. As a more unknown player, you have a chance, you know, to show off your skills, show off that you're also on a social level compatible with some of the guys here, and then this is all going to happen during the captain's draft when it funnels into the tournament itself. As mentioned before, if you want to have more information, you can check out the link in the description. And yeah, there's no real team names, which is why people said, okay, let's make up some team names for that. And we have already a very interesting one. We got Burger versus Pizza. Now, we haven't really defined whether it's a pineapple pizza or a non-pineapple pizza. Both fantastic. But yeah, Burger versus Pizza. I'm actually not quite sure where I'm going to land on this. I would say that if I had to choose if I can only eat pizza for the rest of my life or burger for the rest of my life, I would probably go for pizza. I would probably go pizza. Pizza over burger. I mean, it's a really close call for me personally here, but if you would... yeah, if you would force me to choose, I think I would end up on the pizza side. So, either way, obviously great. We had also another interesting one that came up. So basically, since my birthday today, the question came up about like which age would you love to be for the rest of eternity, and some people immediately went in and said like, oh, 20, 21. And I don't know, like I honestly think if I could go back in time and freeze my age on a particular year, I would go for late 20s, early 30s. So something in the range of 27 to 33. Like in that range, I feel any year there would have been awesome. Anything earlier, I don't really think I would have enjoyed. I really liked my 20s, don't get me wrong. It's not like they were horrible or anything, and that's the reason. But back then, I really thought, okay, if you can be immortal at a certain age, I would prefer my early 20s. And now that I'm a bit older, I'm definitely like, yeah, no thank you. So I believe early 30s is actually fantastic. So probably would be my one. But yeah, difficult call. Interesting discussion too. And while that is happening, what's also happening is that the Pizza Boys are just showing how superior they really are here. The main reason why we're casting this game, little Abathar down here, doesn't have a whole lot of an impact just yet. Went into a Toxic Nest build and has to see what he can do to help the team later on. Particularly with Genji and, of course, Varian. He's going to be a huge threat, of course. So with the two of them, he can do a whole lot of work here. And on a big map like this, not Big Mac, he can, which brings us back to burgers, he can also slow the opponent down with the Toxic Nest build significantly. But Lucio is there, so Lucio just zipping around, that could be a problem. I'm actually surprised that he made it through the draft and through the picks and bans, because normally when you're playing such a big map, he is one of the first one to get eliminated. But there's the first seed now taken, and in the early game at least, if you're going up against an Abathar team, you want to be the one that gets a bit aggressive around all of this. Starzerk though gets caught and killed, so that's kill number 3 now.
And for the pizza boys, yeah, they're getting spicy. Apparently we're going full Diavola over here. Getting a few more hits in and making that play. Stealing the camp away. Kill Varian. Opponent has Abathar and steal some of their camps, which are of course one of the essential tools on Garden of Terror to get control and dominate the map. But yeah, they're looking really solid in this early stage. Dynamic is probably going to shift a bit once that level 10 is reached, particularly for the Burger Boys, because they, in particular, will then be able to rely on Abathar. Rely also on his level 10 ability in the copy. Already you can see things shifting a bit because level 4 allows Varian now to move in and to just taunt people and then hopefully get killed with the help of Genji. Hasn't really happened just yet, but they definitely have that now as an option. So the camp here already making this a bit more annoying, and we have at the same time also a little push down through the bot lane with the minions, so the fort is taking damage. On top of that, the Vile Nest with the slow is now ready for Abathar. Yeah, Garflo is coming in on Genji, but he's coming in a little bit too late. Lolo with Hanzo jumps out. Nox also able to escape here. They're still fighting this one, though. This could backfire quickly, but it might be, yes, the first blood for the Burger Boys. They get their first kill. Blue team able to hit one and hit it hard. We got 3 kills to 1. Sonya died. And finally a kill for the blue team. And maybe even a seed. And honestly, if you are playing the Abathar team and you're getting a seed this early, it always relieves some pressure because you're not in a position where you have to fight for the next one. Maybe even before level 10 is hit, which in this case is probably not going to be the case anyways, but still counts. So, one interrupt is happening. Hanzo is doing what he can. I think that's going to be the end of the road for the interrupt attempts. And the seed goes over to the Burger Boys. So, yeah. Here we are. There's actually some fantastic burgers in Valencia. I've been talking about this already a bit. There's a burger that has mango on it, which I absolutely love. I talked about this already, I think, a year ago or so. So, the contrast between mango, the fruit, and then just like the meat is just glorious. I was really surprised, really liked it. But it turns out that there's also some amazing cheeseburgers here. It was actually Draco that put me onto it. He heard me talk about burgers at one point, and then he gave me the link to a restaurant here, and they have apparently one of the best cheeseburgers in Spain. There was some contest or whatnot, and that thing was just glorious. It was absolutely amazing. Now, they come to your table with one of those burners and burn the cheese right in front of you, and it is so damn good you have no idea. And on top of that, they even have a burger festival here. So they have for like a week, there is, in one of the parks, they have burger booths everywhere from all of the burger restaurants in Valencia, and even some outside of it, as far as I know. And each one of them presents one main burger. So you can buy obviously more burgers at each booth, but they have one main burger. And then there's judges and the audience throughout the entire week that can cast votes. And they basically honor the best burger, and that's the best burger in Valencia then for 1 week. So yeah, the burger culture is actually pretty incredible. I was really surprised by it. It's a lot of variety and a lot of really, oh my god, I'm getting hungry now. So I honestly, now that I went on this burger run, I don't even know anymore if I prefer the pizza or not. But Sonya would prefer to survive through all of this, but she can't, so she's dead. And the blue team is getting more momentum. So first of all, they took top 4 out, so that's that. And now we have 3 kills to 3. So it's a bit of a back and forth battle, which the red team is taking advantage of again. The blue team fought back valiantly, don't get me wrong, but now they lost their first fort. They might lose their second one down here. And yeah, this is so far looking pretty alright. I love that Sonya also went into leap. Didn't really do anything for her when she got killed earlier, but still, I want to have some solid engages happening. And she could also help out a lot whenever Varian goes for a taunt. Just jump in, help the target out a little bit. I don't like the mount here. Bouncy Bear, it gets an F for that. I mean, come on, what is this? This is an assault on my eyes, if anything. I mean, I should be able to sue him for that. This is just disgusting and ugly, and I don't want it in my life. So Bouncy Bear, what are you doing? Don't you have an epic or unique mount? Come on, bro. Come on, you can do better than this. You can do better. For sure. But there's the taunt. Leap, baby! And there we go. Oh! Jumps out, survives. I would have loved to see it the other way around, but yeah. And my F is now at the bottom of the map. and takes down the fort. That's kind of noteworthy that with the build that Abathur went for, he decided not to go for Mule. Abathur these days obviously the only character that still has Mule. Back in the day, pretty much every single support had Mule as a level 7 talent. Not the case anymore. Nice combo. Arrow, Apocalypse. Also a decent choke point by the red team is the one that is losing ground, and Sonya dies again. Disc is out. The double Genji is really giving them trouble though. Yeah, Lopaka is already following. Copy gets killed, but this might just be a curse. This is a cool game. 2 forts have been destroyed, but now the curse hits. Sorry, not the curse. Screw this map. Seriously, screw it. The Garden Terrors are now in. And with that, we now have a push for forts, so they could bring it back on structures. And just as I say that, Lucio gets killed too, so it went from bad to worse. Hanzo gets also destroyed. Oh boy, now they're in trouble. If they have their heroes on the map for defense, then yeah, maybe. But now that they lost another 2, this is going to be a bit of a bloodbath on the first objective. So yes, the Garden Terrors are in. We're looking at 16,000 damage for Hanzo. 16,000! Abathur has 31, Genji has 25, even Blaze has already 20. Oh boy, yeah, they are having real trouble getting the damage connected. So in comes Varian with the taunt, and a big arrow out of... Oh, nice dodge. Ooh, it's still flying, guys. It's still flying. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh boy. Ah, by the way, for everybody that is now trying to complain about the arrow being shown on the screen, you can piss off. I don't care. I'm casting. I have to keep this alive. My choice. And, well, yeah, come on, take it out. Please, somebody. Lopaka, really? You went for the camp? Okay, they still got the fort. Fort is gone. And that is still a half-level lead for the red team. Still half a level ahead. Ah, the pizza team, they're still in the lead. Despite the fact that they now lost 2 forts too, they are in the lead on experience. So, you know, maybe it's the pizza that reigns superior after all. Level 16. You get the Nerves of Steel in there, and now we got also domination from Diablo. So he's already going to try and dominate this one. Down to the bottom of the map. Another camp. Yeah, they're not going to steal this one. You were able to steal a few earlier, but I don't think that you can do it now. Even with the level 16 advantage, the gap is too small. It's too small. So, Disc is out. Nicely done. They caught him well. The arrow, no! Lolo missed the arrow! No! But they still get the kill. Okay. All's well that ends well. So the arrow got missed. I have no idea how, but they still get the kill. So it doesn't really matter. It was a zoning arrow. It forced them, you know, into the damage. So it was just zoning. That's all that it was to it. Totally intentional. 6 kills to 6 in a fairly even game. Level 16 on both sides, but a double camp at the bottom of the map that will allow them to break through the gate. Another one at the top that pushes this through a bit. Another seed is also on the map, but it's only the second seed if the red team grabs it. For the blue team, it would be the first after they just got their Garden Terrors. Ooh, Abathur is going all in on this. Look at Abby. Went for the Volatile Mutilation over here. All right. Not too shabby. Haven't seen that one in a hot minute. So that one's definitely a little bit out there. Actually can't even remember seeing this in at least a year or 2. Abathur with the kill, so they're getting my F. Can they get more? Lolo has to jump out. Everybody is so low here. Oh, it's a double. It's a triple. It's a team wipe. The entire team gets murdered. Everybody gets wiped off the map. The Burger Boys with some real plays here. And now the main question is, what are they going to do with it? They should be able to take a fort down, given that Diablo is the only defender, and he cannot afford to die now. I mean, what is Iron going to do with Diablo? He's not going to go in for this and try and defend here. He can't do absolutely anything. He's just going to die, and then it's going to be a staggered death. So they have to simply sacrifice one of their keeps. It's the only choice. And that is the Burger Boys just taking the middle one, moving back. Abathur has defended the top lane as much as he can. Come on, my buddy. Get in there. Slap it. Slap it. Well, he can help out a bit. Rest of the team obviously is falling back after they just went for the keep. Can't do more than that. They grab the fort on the retreat, but that's where it ends. Abbas are dealing with the catapults. A little bit of damage done, but definitely not enough. And there's still a few camps up that can be attacked. And as it turns out, the Pizza Boys also outside of the camps want to go for the seed, grab the second one for themselves. 11 kills to 6. And the next question is, of course, who's going to hit level 20 first? And currently it seems like the Burger team is going to be able to pull that one off. They are only 1 level away from it. But the poke is still going on. Ults are all available with the exception of Maiev, and even she might get her ult back in time. So yeah, X-Strike is already out. Quest completed finally for Hanzo. Vision is also there, and everybody's dancing around the seat. There's no pressure on the lanes, at least for the time being. Oh, the stun! Whoa! The jump, the kill, the APOC, and they're going all for the ults. Dropping every single one of them with a kill on each side. Lucio is gone, therefore the sustain is lacking on the Pizza side. For the Burgers, on the other hand, they are chasing now. They're gonna chase, and they're gonna chase hard. Diablo is dead, and Bouncy Bear, he's not gonna bounce for long, I can tell you that much. There's already Abathur doing some damage, and even with that little spin to win action, Sonya gets destroyed. That means we're getting a seed for the blue team, but what else? They're not making a move for a keep yet. They're taking the first seed in this situation. We have them with level 20 talents. They're still waiting for Genji, of course. And now they're pushing at the bottom of the map with the evolutionary link claimed. And we have also Glory to the Alliance. But they try to destroy at least the wall. And of course, if they can pick a kill up here, if Varian gets a good connect and a taunt, then this is a very different story all of a sudden. Yeah, he should have been the first one to engage here. Blaze should have followed up on the taunt, if anything. But yeah, seed is spawning again. This would be the second one for whichever team takes it. Half a level to 20 for the Pizza Boys. And on the damage side, it is Maiev now that reigns supreme for the red team. She's sitting at 38,000, nearly 100,000 siege damage. And 62,000 for Abathur. Yep, Abathur is top damage in the game by a pretty big margin too. Genji is coming in second with 42k. Died 4 times, so that definitely limits the output there a bit. More camps now claimed and taken, and they are poking the top lane down a bit further. They're applying more and more pressure, and finally the Pizza team has level 20. But I guess they have to either give up that seed. The blue team isn't even going for it. They want the kill. And, well, there's Leap Crater. We're going Crater, baby. Crater is in. I'm not sold on that choice, though. And Bouncy Bear gets bounced around and dies. Sonya is dead again. And this could just be the beginning of the end. If they get a follow-up here, and they do, they are taking full control of it. Hanzo is gone, and more are gonna fall soon. TM, I mean, currently it's 16 kills to 7. They're looking great here. The RavenCourt action is once again delivering. But yeah, this is getting spicy with Siege Giants already attacking the core. Catapult going for the minions at least. The full blue team is still in play here. But Blaze is a little bit low. There's currently no bunker on the other hand that he could use if he really gets focused, but he got the heal, so that helps. And the core is losing hit points. They're really trying to take this down now. And it's another 20 until Sonya is back. 28 for Hanzo, and I think we're seeing a few more on the red team side fall pretty soon. They're in real trouble here, particularly Diablo. He's gone. At least Blaze has been destroyed. Maybe they can save the core, but it's not looking good. Core is already at 40% here. Abathur, yeah, he could also come in for a bit of a slap, and there it is, the victory. And those juicy, juicy MMR points for Team Burger. Nicely done as the blue team locks in the W on Garden of Terror.